What don't you want to tell people but know you should share because it will help someone else? So what's a subject or something that you would kind of shy away from talking about usually with people, but know you probably should because if someone else is in that position, they should hear like what you have to say, or something you wish somebody would talk about that they never talk about because it's something you're going through?
Things that I wish people would talk about.
Because, that aren't usually like shared, or anything that, you know, like something that kind of makes you feel like, I don't really want to get on that, but like I feel like it should be talked about because it would help you, it would help others.
Yeah. I feel like people should talk about like the vulnerability of being like, and like how insecurities can be projected in like 2019 for single women. I think that being single is a beautiful, great thing. Like it, like it is the most freeing. Like I do what I want when I want, and like it's wonderful, and everyone should experience that for like a long time. But I think that there's also like a lot that you grapple with, like watching other people get into relationships and like thinking that something might be wrong with you, which there's a couple things wrong with me, but I think that, I don't know, that conversation is always, it doesn't really happen. I had it with my friend the other night, and like it was like the most like moving thing, because I'm like, wow, like she was in my place like a couple years ago, and her just explaining to me how to navigate that was super helpful. But I think also the role of sex in relationships, like versus when you're single, because I think that that was really a conversation that like I had never talked to anyone about that. I don't really talk about sex,
right?
And that is the one thing I wish people would talk about more.
Just like so what do you mean? Like what part of it? Just like the whole, cause like, I feel like people talk about
sex.
More sex, yeah, like now than they ever have.
Right.
Maybe, I don't know, the vulnerability of it, or maybe sometimes not wanting to do it. Like I have friends that are in relationships and they're like, I don't really like it, and like I have some stuff I need to face before I like get comfortable with another person.
I think just with where you, like, figuring out where you are with that, and like I like wanted to have my hot girl summer. Yeah. But then I also like know that that's not, I can't do that because I have to be like very connected and comfortable with the person. But then it's also just like, well, I don't want to sit around and not like, because then it's like when I am in a relationship, like the very rare times I feel like, then it's like, most of my relationships I was celibate. Like that was something that I practiced throughout, and that was a decision that I had made. But then the last relationship I decided not to, and like I just feel like I was in a really, or am in a really confused place about like what I want, because I feel like I should still like be satisfied and like be open to like being with someone that I'm comfortable with. Yeah. But then I'm also just like, do I really want that, or do I want to like find my peace right now, right, and be to myself? And then also just what was I about to say? Also, sorry, I'm blanking.
It's okay.
Oh, also just like, because I was celibate those periods of time, and then I was single, so I wasn't having sex with anybody. It's like I don't want to be inexperienced when I do find the person that I want to be with. Right. So it's just like trying to grapple with that and knowing like, okay, this is the level I'm expected to be at this age. Yeah. Versus like, I'm like, I'm not there. And I haven't had that many sexual partners, but it's like I want to be out there and have my hot girl summer, but I like am very selective about like who I let into my sanctuary. So it's like,
so I'm definitely the same way. Like I definitely have to feel connected with somebody. And like my last relationship ended a year ago, so I haven't had sex in a year. And a lot of people, especially in our generation, when they hear that, they're like, oh my god, how are you alive? Like they're just very
how do you survive?
Like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, I just don't even, and that's what's so crazy, like I don't even think about it. I'm just like living my life.
For a while you don't.
It's not like a main part of like what I need to get on, and I totally respect like other people's sexuality and like need to like do that, but like if I'm not really comfortable and like trust somebody, I cannot do that. Exactly. And I feel what you're saying. My next question is, since you were celibate, because I haven't been in a relationship where I was completely celibate, so from the relationship where you were celibate to the relationship where you weren't, like what, I guess, other than the fact that, you know, you were intimate with your partner, like what was the biggest difference? Like do you feel like it was better to like hold out, or do you feel like it made you closer with your partner to like engage? Like do you feel like you were more connected with your partner because you did that, or do you feel like this bond was stronger when you weren't because they were still there regardless and didn't need that part of you to like, you know?
I feel like there was a lot of things, because I felt like, first of all, I felt like we were definitely more connected. We were definitely more in sync, and like I just felt closer to him. But then on the other hand, like with the ex that I didn't have sex with, I felt like he was really there for like me. Like the actual, like the rough, like raw version of me, because he was getting all of that and no sex. So it was just like I felt like he was in it for the right reasons, and like as far as being together long term, I felt like that was someone that I would end up with, because we were so close. Our bond was definitely stronger. But that's because I was like, he is rocking with me, and like not, like the sex isn't blurring our vision. Like we're very clear on what we want. Like our minds are clear. We're not confusing things for anything else. Like this is what it is. Whereas the last relationship, like there was a couple arguments where it was just like, all right, we're not gonna argue, but just have sex and just keep pushing. Like so
right,
it was like,
and that would like solve the problem.
Yeah, but then it's like the problem just kept happening, and we're just like struggle. Like it was a lot more struggle. And we really didn't know how to fix things, and that's why we ended up. That was the same one that I had the conversation with that didn't really happen.
Right. So it's as if when you were celibate, you were forced to communicate more with your partner. So you had a healthier like stream of communication, which made it easier to. Like you just face things.
We had to address them. Yeah.
Which is kind of beautiful.
It is.
In a way, and I wish like there was a way to like
do that without. It's just like, can't we do both? But no.
Right, like there's always like something.
Yeah.
But thank you for sharing that.